Hello and welcome to Lucy's Hamster Health Vlog number 4. And to get started, we like to give you a little bit of an update and also want to kind of recap on Lucy's situation. So we are pleased to report that Lucy is thriving. She's working hard, eating well, and she's doing great, thankfully. She's had more days recently where she seemed to prefer eating from her dish rather than from the spoon, which can sometimes be difficult to determine how much she consumes, but she's been eating quite well. We even found her some new baby foods that we're really excited about. She's enjoying all of her usual daily activities. She's been enjoying her ball time as well as some more playpen time. And she's even been helping Mistletoe with her hamster handling by showing her it's not so scary once you've become used to it. Lucy is an excellent eater, though. She didn't seem to like the apple-banana critical care mix, but otherwise she likes everything we give her. We're currently using the regular critical care mix, and Lucy seems fine with it. But one of her new favorite baby foods is the pear kale cucumber. And we always alternate every other jar veggie, then every other fruit. So we gave her pumpkin after giving her the pear, kale, cucumber. But I guess since that still had a bit of fruit in it, it was too much fruit too soon. And it probably didn't help she had a couple yogurt drop treats because the one night we noticed her poos were lighter and less firm. So even though we still could have gotten a few feedings from the pumpkin jar of baby food, we immediately got rid of it so we could switch back to a more veggie-based jar. Once we started giving her a more veggie-based baby food, her poos looked a lot better as they were firmer and darker in less than 24 hours. As we always say, it's important to check the poos. Always check the poos. And don't just look at them, feel them to check their firmness. So to give a little bit of a recap of Lucy's situation, especially in case you haven't watched any of Lucy's other vlogs, we just kind of wanted to recap here. Back in January, I noticed Lucy seemed to stop eating her morning carrot, which in our experience tends to be a red flag. I kept trying to check her teeth out, and for weeks Lucy refused to allow me to see her teeth. But I just knew something was off, and I got a very brief glimpse of her mouth, and it appeared to me that she didn't have her teeth anymore. I couldn't confirm my paranoia for a few weeks, but I knew I couldn't wait weeks to start doing something about the situation. So with my initial concern, I began feeding Lucy some baby food. A few days later, I began adding in the critical care. Since I had to special order it, I could only give her the baby food for a few days. By the time the critical care had arrived, though, Lucy had a pretty scary day. That morning seemed normal, but she didn't come popping out right away, as she usually does at evening time. I had a terrible feeling, so while I was spot cleaning our guineas' houses, I was talking to Lucy. I told her I was concerned, and if she didn't come out on her own, I'd have to dig around her bedding to check on her. A few seconds later, I asked her to please come out to show me how she was doing, and she very slowly came out. It was clearly a struggle for her, too. She appeared to be in pain, so I gave her some pain medication and fed her some critical care mixed with baby food with the syringe. That night she appeared a little better, but I was still extremely concerned. I prayed that by morning she'd come popping out and looking at me like I was crazy for worrying. Thankfully, we received a miracle as she did just that the next morning, and that morning she even ate her special food from the spoon I offered. Ever since, she's been striving again and living her best little Hammie life. And to give a little bit more of a brief recap on Lucy's situation, I'm going to tell you about last summer. So last summer, right after we had discovered that Lucy's sister Magic had an abscess, Lucy had a scary day as well. She was extremely lethargic and she appeared to have some sort of abscess on her chest herself. So, as the saying goes, when it rains it pours. I started her on medicine for the infection, but I kid you not, by the next morning she came popping out as if nothing had ever happened, and in fact her abscess appeared to have vanished. Her chest seemed to have gotten like a little wet on it, so as far as we could tell, it appeared her abscess may have popped somehow, but there was no other evidence of it ever being there. Aside from those two separate scary situations, Lucy has lived every day to the fullest, and she allows nothing to stop her from having a good time. And we've watched Lucy grow and strive every day since we got her, and we're very grateful for each day we've shared with her, especially because she's been a huge inspiration for us. Lucy knows she has to go about eating differently since she lost her teeth, but she doesn't let it stop her from enjoying her favorite foods and treats. She appreciates the special ways we offer her some of her foods and treats, and she even has taken it upon herself to do the same for herself, as she'll pack her cheeks, she'll wait for the foods to soften, and then she'll eat the food. We feel everyone could learn something from our inspiring little Lucy, because if more people would focus more on solving their problems rather than letting their problems bring them down, they'd be a lot happier. So we always say if our hamsters can get through life's challenges, so can we. Of course, not every situation is fixable. With a positive attitude and a strong support system, you can get through just about anything. We're extremely proud of Lucy for working as hard as she does to keep up with her health. Here are some of the new baby food options we recently discovered. A few of them we just hadn't had in a while, but the pear, kale, and cucumber, as well as the pear and kale option, are two that we definitely had never seen before. And Lucy absolutely loves anything with kale in it. She always has loved cucumbers. So we're really excited about these options. Also, Lucy, as any hamster would, is much better with having more options, because the more options you have, the easier it is to alternate, and it just makes things a lot easier and better. So yeah, Lucy's been having an awesome time with her new foods, and she loves taste testing. She definitely has a couple favorites, but as I said before, she really isn't a picky eater, so we are very grateful for that. Lucy is just absolutely amazing in so many ways, and every time I look at her, I just feel so happy, because she is a true delight. She is so sweet. Obviously, she's super adorable. She's very inspiring, as I said. I mean, to see this tiny little creature work so hard to live and have a good time, it's just absolutely amazing. It's truly incredible. And for her to have known to put her hard food in her cheeky pouches, let it soften up because it gets a little wet in there, and then eat the food, all because she doesn't have her teeth anymore. I mean, that's like nature, and it's just like so amazing to see that. We had other hamsters that unfortunately had similar issues as Lucy, but Lucy's the first one that we've had that actually would hoard their food in their cheeky pouches for, long periods of time, just for the simple purpose of softening the foods in order to be able to eat them. So to be able to know to do that and want to live so badly that she did that is just absolutely amazing. Truly, truly incredible. Lucy is just proof that when life knocks you down, you just have to get right back up. And it's really a beautiful sight to be seen. So, As you can see, Lucy is striving despite losing her teeth several months ago due to old age. She shows us every day how strong she truly is. And I think if everybody could find a little bit of hamster power inside of them, that they would all be much happier and better off, because it is just absolutely incredible to feel so strong and joyful. And Lucy shows us every day like how that is possible in so many ways. So it has been absolutely amazing to watch Lucy, grow and change. And even though I would not call this a good experience with, her losing her teeth, in a way it kind of is, because like I said, she's shown us how strong she is and really what it means to have hamster power and to be able to get through anything that life throws at you, basically. So, if she can do it, you can do it. We can all do it. And personally, I think that Lucy is one of the strongest hamsters that I've ever met in my entire life. And in fact, I would consider her so much stronger than like most humans. So you can see Lucy digging into her food now with the rodent block in it. She absolutely loves rodent block night. And we're very glad, we still have a way for her to be able to enjoy that, especially because the rodent blocks give her the extra nutrients that she really needs right now. So we're very happy that she can still enjoy the rodent block. And it was absolutely amazing to watch her work so hard at eating this. And in fact, I had to kind of speed up some of the clips because I didn't want people to get bored. But I don't really see how you could be bored, though, watching a hamster do anything. But anyway, I didn't want the video to be like extremely long. So yeah, we sped up some of the clips, and I'm sure you could probably tell which clips they are. But yeah, she worked at that for probably at least like 15 minutes or so. She really, really works hard. We always try to reward Lucy for her hard work, and we sometimes by giving her her favorite rice pops. And we like to sprinkle her food around and her foraging food as well, so that she can have some fun playing and foraging. She absolutely loves this mix of herbs, and we like to spread that around as well. That's one of her favorite treats. It's also really good because most of it she could eat very easily without having to soften up any of the foods, because most of it is just like herbs. So, it's just real easy for her to pick up and eat. And treats like this are really great. Many reasons, but it's just really great for Lucy because, like I said, it's just like really easy for her to be able to eat it. Another thing with her baby food, we tend to give her more than what we think she will consume, and we do that because we don't want her to run out of it. So for the hours that we're not in the room with her and able to see her dish, we want to make sure that she still has plenty of food. So I always try my best to make sure to make more than what I think she will consume. However, sometimes in the mornings I'll go in and her dish will be completely empty, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, how'd you eat all that? But it's, obviously really good that she's eating so well. And one last thing, the baby food. I've said this before, but after 3 days are being opened, you should really throw the jar away, regardless of how much is left in it. You do not want to give your fur babies anything that has gone bad. It's just not worth the risk. And some people might say, oh, well, there's a lot left in this jar. They only ate a spoonful or, half of it or whatever. And they might think that it is a waste of money. However, fur babies' health and safety is very important. So we will worry about the money. And the baby food, honestly, is very cheap. So it's really not that big of a deal, money-wise, wasting it, as some might call it. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you. Please come again.
Please check back for more of our inspiring Hammie and her hamster health vlogs. And please show Lucy some love and support with a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.